E FooLy is the truth.
You gonna learn today.
Man, what is happening, YouTube? Y'all know me, E FooLy, aka the Golden Child, aka your mama's best friend, aka Mr. Believin'. I know it's like dusty as fuck, man. It's literally the first of the month, and the lady that come by and clean up, you know what I'm saying? I ain't set up a time with her yet. But anyways, to the unboxing. As y'all know what time it is, man. It's finally here. Version 2 of the Xbox Elite controller. And before I do this, man, I'm just going to put out a disclaimer, a real disclaimer. And if any reviewer is reviewing this, you know they full of shit if they don't say this. The unboxing or review cannot be done once you unbox it or play with it a couple of days. The review that your boy FooLy want to look at is somebody reviewing it 6 months to a year later. For those who do not know or are not, I guess, hip to Elite controllers, they fall apart. They have a shelf life of about 6 months, even though you can spend about $150 to $170. This baby right here, I wonder if it can focus, was $179 with tax, $194. So we say about a good even $200. You know what I'm saying? Which is more than what the regular Elite costs, but it's supposed to do more. My main concern is, you know, the buttons fucking up as far as the bumpers. See if I got this. This is my old one. The bumpers fucking up. This is a replacement, by the way. Or, as you know it, the grips in the fucking back. Good God, that shit. I mean, what else is fucking up with it? And the drifting. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit happens over time for gamers. You know what I'm saying? And this is fresh up out the bag, per se. And there we go, baby. Brand fucking new, not even out of the plastic to see the box. Start. You gotta excuse me, man. I'm doing this with one fucking hand. Hopefully y'all can hear me on the camera. All right, so there you go. And once again, I'm gonna tell you about this review, this unboxing before I even unbox it. This motherfucker's gonna open up like a dream. It's gonna feel like a Cadillac on a nice summer day. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft is A1 when it comes to presentation. This motherfucker's gonna open up, and I swear to God, it's gonna feel like I came into Rihanna herself, a true gamer. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's not really what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for, like I said, man, is longevity. You spend this much money on the controller, anybody in their right mind would want it to last longer than 6 months. And for those who say, oh, my grips didn't fuck up, or my bumpers, you're just being too rough. No, sir. You're not talking about a rough nigga that got this type of setup that sits all his shit. We're not talking about that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. The case is they did not build those controllers to last. But let's get on into the unboxing. All right, I got the tape up off. Like I said, this motherfucker probably gonna open up like a new Cadillac. I already know it. Look at it. Look at it. This motherfucker gonna look and feel like I can take on the fucking world. Wonder if anything. I bet you it's just books and shit. And this, like I said, this is like, hey, this shit is sturdy as fuck. Oh snap. This is probably just your cord. Yeah, you're running the mill braided cord.
Wrong. It is not your run-of-the-mill, like I think it's called 3.5 millimeter jack. It is not. It is different. I've never seen an end type like this. So that means Microsoft came up with a new cord, kind of like how, you know, iPhone did a few years back. I mean, and for me, I think that's bad because this is the only cord I have. For example, if something messes up with this cord, I don't know if I'm going to have to go directly to Microsoft and they're going to charge out the ass. I don't know if I can find this at Radio Shack or Best Buy, but I only have one of these cords. So I'm saying all my 3.5s, all your run-of-the-mill cords that kind of fit in everything you got, they won't fit in this one. So I'm saying if this cord messes up, you can't charge your controller. That is a big fucking negative with me. I hate it when companies do this. They replace their cord with something that nobody has.
Which I have tons of those. And I don't know if I said this for part of my disclaimer, why I get to talk shit about these motherfuckers. This is just a book, I guess, going over the information. But I mean, if you know controllers, if you know anything about the Elite, you know how to do this. Most of the instructions is probably just plug it up to this shit, switch it over, switch your button layouts and shit like that. We don't need to worry about that. But I've had 3 to 4 Elite controllers, and then you probably say like, "Oh, nigga, you fucking deserve that shit. Yo, dumb ass, just keep buying them." It's because I'm used to paddles on the back, and I've been with Scuf, and those motherfuckers are even worse at building controllers. Oh my fucking god, baby. Oh my fucking god. I think I literally just pre-conned a little bit when I opened this hole. Good god. And this is a big thing that I like, bro, because if you see right here, excuse the dust, the fucking battery, they finally got hip, because I didn't understand how PlayStation got this shit right a long fucking time ago about plugging up your shit when we're still using batteries like we back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So finally we have a controller with Xbox that is not a wired controller, but at the same time does not have a battery pack. And I mean, we can get all, one of the other things is that it actually charges in the case. As you can see, this is the actual charge station right here. I don't want to, I'm trying to still keep it in the camera. I'm not going to take this off, but this is where it connects. These little dots in the back, they connect right here. You plug up the actual case itself right here. You can either plug it up in here, or you can take this out. This comes out. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, this motherfucker's magnetized. This is a magnet. So you can take that out. You can stand it up anywhere, but knowing my ass, I'm gonna always keep my shit in the case because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Trying to protect my shit from like dust and all that other shit. I need to call that lady bad in a bitch, man. I'll be lazy as fuck. As far as your extra shit that you get, so you already know about the 4 paddles in the back. This is just the standard shit that came in like the other one. This is a key for those who never used this. Scuf, actually, I first saw that shit with Scuf. It's like a winding key
that they use for your thumbsticks to put tension on it to help with better aim.
Like I said, this motherfucker feels like a brand new car. What I'm worried about is my buttons up top, the drifting, and then overtime use is these. I really wanted them to make like a solid dome controller. You know what I'm saying? Something like this. Because this controller right here, nothing, it's never fucked up. I wanted them to come out with something with no grips, you know what I'm saying? Because that was one of their selling points is, oh, grips on the side for, you know, longer play time, when they only lasted about 6 months, man. But I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to see me plug this shit up. All right, you guys, we got her plugged up and actually using it. I don't know if I pointed out that you can have 3 profiles instead of 2. But you can have over 250 saved on your Xbox. So after just playing with it for a while, like I said, I knew this motherfucker was gonna feel like a Cadillac on a warm summer day. Brand new Cadillac, you know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, that's a big deal for black folk. Yo, shouts out to all the homies. But just in using this, and one of the biggest things I think is the tension on the thumb grips. I think I misspoke with the key. I knew it was for this, but I didn't understand what it was for. It's to put tension on this, meaning that it's harder to move. And for those, I never really used that, because if you look at my old one, you see how loose it is, and then you could just pull it real easy. With this, it's less. Because I have it on the 3rd setting. They have like a 1, 2, and 3 as far as the tension. I have it on the highest one. And I am fucking floored because as you see, I'm playing a little Destiny. You know what I'm saying? And it's not on par with keyboard, but it's a big fucking step. Meaning, for those who don't know, mapping people and playing FPS on computer is just totally different when you're playing with mouse and keyboard is because there's no recoil. You can map with this motherfucking Recluse. And I'm saying with this, I'm not saying it's on par or even as best, but I'm not even using a counterbalance mod, which is a stability mod, and the motherfucker is shooting smooth. That is a big fucking plus. I don't want to get used to this, because if this controller fuck up and then I gotta use this one, I'm not gonna be able to play. Because for those who are living under a rock, computer players who play, or PC players who play on computer that are good at FPS and they try to come to console, they fucking suck because they can't account for the recoil. It's gonna take me a little bit to get used to it, but once I get used to the tension, how even and stable it is, my shot's gonna be so fucking dominant in this hole, it's gonna be ridiculous, man. And I'm not gonna be able to play on a regular controller. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just extra loosey-goosey. You feel what I'm saying? As far as the Intel, the deep menu, like setting the controller up, it's real easy, but it has so much detail way past just the number one, meaning you can turn off your vibration, you can dim the lightness of the light, you can do stuff with the triggers and the thumbsticks, and it would literally be a separate video for me to go deep into detail on how to do that shit, man, because I'm still kind of glossy on it my damn self. But the overall feel of the controller, one thing I will say, the buttons on the back are more buttonish. I don't know if I'm using that right. Meaning this one on these, you barely have to push it for it to go in, but you know you're clicking it. This one, it actually feels like a click of a button. You hear that? It's more buttonish. I don't know what the fuck to say. But like I said, this is just a day review. My honest review would come 6 months to a year later, where if these are gonna fucking fall off, or you know, my buttons are gonna start to be shit just from using a controller. But I'm very impressed, man, especially with all the extra additives that they had added to it. It's just, it has room to be one of the best controllers by far, but I'm gonna hold my opinion until I've had it for a year, man, because I can swear by a controller, but now they ain't gonna fucking get me in that fucking lockdown where I haven't used the controller, you feel what I'm saying, for a long period of time. But I definitely think it's worth a buy as far as just the base stuff that it's coming with, man. You're never gonna use a regular Elite or even just a regular controller again, man. So I give this, I wanna say, out the gate, I gotta give it an A+, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I've never played with a controller that has this tension shit. Never fucking played with a controller. And I mean, just from playing with it for an hour, that shit is definitely a must, man. But make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, holler at your boy FooLy. Tell me what y'all think of the new version too. Like I said, I'm gonna do another review of it. I wanna say 6 months to maybe a year down the road. But other than that, E FooLy running the game. You don't believe that? Suck my wang.